And all week long, we've had experts show us how special mental health strategies, including how to talk to children who dealt with trauma, can be helpful. They also shared advice on how parents and teachers can help address a child if they're struggling. Well, today we continue our mental health conversation with an expert offering some guidance on self-care and coping strategies. Dr. Brittnie Fowler specializes in behavioral science and clinical psychology. She's joining us this morning for this conversation. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday.
Good morning and happy Friday. Yes, we have been talking about mental health struggles all week long, and I first want to start the conversation by knowing, how should you know when to even seek help outside of the home?
Yeah, and just to clarify, I do work at Children's Hospital, and for there we are talking about kiddos, right? And so we're thinking about what someone looks like at baseline and then how that might change. And so we're thinking about, yes, individuals can be sad, people can get angry, but when that's a change from what you usually experience on a day-to-day basis, and then that starts to actually impact your function. So you're not able to do school or work, you're not able to do chores, or you're not even engaging with your family the way you usually. Those are some signs and symptoms that we start to worry that they might be experiencing a more serious mental health problem.
All right, and what do you tell families and family members that they can do to help there?
Yeah, so one, I want to encourage families to know that they are the experts in a lot of ways related to knowing their kids at baseline and knowing when that change happens. And then first, it's always having open conversations with your kids. So you guys doing these segments really help with reducing that stigma and allowing people to talk about mental health and wellness. I think about mental health as this aspect of a wealth bank, right? And so having families take time to talk about how kiddos' days were, or even be able to express their own emotions. It was a hard day for me because this happened at work. Helps kids to learn a little bit more what emotions look like and how we as adults model them, so they know it's okay and safe to talk about it.
Definitely.
And then when you feel like it's to the point where they're not communicating as well, or again, it's getting to impairing their functions, then talk to your primary care doctors, your pediatricians, or someone in the mental health field to kind of help guide you a little bit more.
Yeah, you definitely want to seek those experts if you need them. And what are some coping strategies that families and parents can be doing at home with kids?
Oh, yeah. So if you feel like you're in an area that's safe to take a walk during the day, if you want to do any deep breathing exercises, we like to teach the kiddos square breathing. So you take a deep breath in, then you take a deep breath out, and then you follow that again. Deep breath in, another deep breath out. That's a great way to do that. For younger kiddos, we do a lot of counting or kind of tapping on the shoulders are other ways to do coping skills. And then we have things like talking to trusted friends, a counselor, a teacher, a loved one that you feel like you can get good advice from. And then we also have crisis lines like 741, 741. If they ever, our kiddos like to text a lot now, these are other options for them.
Definitely. And then if a parent does need to seek help for their child, who should they turn to for that help?
Yeah, so again, talking to the kiddo's pediatrician is an option, or even if they need to speak to their primary care provider, that can give some more resources. Even schools sometimes have access to social workers or mental health providers there as well.
All right, Dr. Fowler, thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. Guys, if you missed the first two segments, you can find those on our website, wwltv.com. Just click on the Mornings tab.